A friend might like to snack on sushi, but you prefer pizza. I prefer pizza.
When the trimming was well underway, the top was placed on a silver tray.
They stomp through the woods and they tromp down the track. They hoist up the tree onto Bear's
Their
big
camels ate the grass, and the kings left a small gift for each
He
child.
came upon a small, round man brushing snow from his belly. Santa? Russell exclaimed.
I will make Little Owl a hat for Christmas. Away up high above the rest, it shed a gentle beam. And when Little Eyes grew sleepy,
Finally, it was the day of Christmas Eve. La Vigilia di Natale.
Hello, my name is Heidi Roux, and I will be reading to you. This is Three Kings Day, a celebration of Christmastime, by Diane Hoyt Goldsmith, and photographs are by Lawrence Midgedale. Christmas is over, but 10-year-old Veronica and her family are getting ready for another holiday, Dia de los Reyes, or Three Kings Day. With the birth of Jesus, a bright star appears in the sky. 3 wise men from distant lands follow the star, each bringing a special gift. Like Veronica's family, Latino people from all over Central, South America, and the Caribbean celebrate Three Kings Day. For many, Christmas lasts for 12 days, beginning with Noche Buena, which is Christmas Eve, on December 24th. It continues with Navidad, Christmas Day, Año Nuevo, New Year's Eve and Day, and finally, Dia de los Reyes, Three Kings Day, which is on January 6th. Three Kings Day was brought to the Western Hemisphere by the Spanish. In 1493, on his second voyage to the New World, Christopher Columbus claimed the island of Puerto Rico for Spain. Only a few Spaniards settled there until 1815, when many people from Catalonia and the Canary Islands came to work in the highlands of the coffee farms on Puerto Rico. These new settlers brought many traditions. Christianity and Three Kings Day were new to Puerto Rico, but they were already part of European culture. Three Kings Day is celebrated in Spain and other parts of Europe as well today. Veronica, her sister Rebecca, and their brother Andy learned about Three Kings Day from their parents, who are from Puerto Rico, and their grandmother, who is from Ecuador. When Veronica's grandmother was a little girl, children did not receive gifts from Santa Claus on Christmas. They received gifts on January 6th, when the Three Kings paid a visit. They put their shoes under their beds, as well as some grass in a little box. Then, in the middle of the night, the Three Kings came. Their camels ate the grass, and the kings left a small gift for each child. Veronica and her sister and brother want to leave some grass under their beds, like their grandmother did when she was a child. In Puerto Rico, where Veronica's father, Felipe, grew up, Three Kings Day is a major holiday. Nearly everyone there celebrates it, with parties, gifts for the children, and even a desfile, a parade, through the streets to the village church. Now that he is grown and has his own children, Felipe tries to recreate the best parts of the holiday for them. Felipe laughs when he tells his children that in Puerto Rico, the kings never came on camels. They always rode on horseback, because no one has ever seen a camel in Puerto Rico. When Veronica's father was little, he put his shoes out for the kings on January 6th. Although he enjoyed little gifts he received, what Felipe remembers the most is the fun and sense of community that the celebration brings. Three Kings Day wouldn't be the same without its music. In Puerto Rico, the Christmas holidays are not complete without a parranda, a spontaneous concert. On the evening of January 6th, people use musical instruments, gather outside the home of a friend, and they play and sing until someone comes to the door to greet them. Tradition demands that the homeowner thank the musicians with something to eat or drink. Then the musicians move on to the next house. More often than not, people come out to join the celebration. As the evening progresses, the group gets bigger and bigger. Soon, this band of musicians and singers fills the streets. A parranda is also called an asalto because the musicians assault their listeners, demanding their attention and participation. Puerto Rico has many kinds of music. Jibara music is from the highlands, where most of the Spaniards lived. It relies on stringed instruments such as guitars. Plena and bomba are musical traditions from the coastal regions and are influenced by African rhythms and drumming. Instruments such as maracas and the güiro show influence of the Taínos, native to Puerto Rico. On the morning of January 6th, Veronica wakes up early. When she looks under her bed, she finds a small gift in the box that she'd left there. Her brother and sister are lucky to find a few presents too. Best of all, Veronica and her grandmother plan to go to the Three Kings Day parade. During the night, snow has fallen and it is bitterly cold. So Veronica and her grandmother put on their warm winter coats and hurry out to reach the parade route before the crowd arrives. Since 1977, El Museo del Barrio has sponsored the Three Kings Day Parade in Manhattan. The museum was created to highlight the art and culture of Latino people, whether their ancestors are from the Caribbean or from other countries in Latin America. Throughout the year, the museum has exhibits, special events, and educational programs both for children and adults. The Three Kings Day Parade is the most exciting of these events. Beginning outside of the museum, several thousand people follow the parade route that takes marchers on a loop through the neighborhood. On January 7th, the 12 days of Christmas are over, and it is time for Veronica to go back to school. As requested by her teacher, she brings along a composition about the celebration of Three Kings Day, Día de los Reyes. Sharing what she has written with her class, she feels proud of her family and their heritage. It has been fun to experience the traditions of Puerto Rico and other parts of the world. The celebration has put her in touch with the history of her ancestors and her roots. Already, she is looking forward for next year's Día de los Reyes celebration.
Holiday Storytime is a program of Discover Doylestown. and brought to you thanks to support from Marshall Financial Group and Simply Fresh by McCaffrey's.
Hello, good evening. I'm going to share a very special book with you that has been a favorite of mine for a very long time. And it's a book about a Scandinavian story about a wood elf that is called the TomTen. In Scandinavia, as in many areas that we live in, the barns are very important structures to families, children, and the animals. And this centers around the family barn. The book is adapted by Astrid Lindgren from a poem by Victor Rydberg. It is the dead of night. The old farm lies fast asleep, and everyone inside the house is sleeping too. The farm is deep in the middle of the forest. Once upon a time, someone came here, cut down the trees, built a homestead, and farmed the land. No one knows who. The stars are shining in the sky tonight. The snow lies white all around, but the frost is cruel. On such a night, people creep into their small homes, wrap themselves up, and bank the fire of the hearth. Here is a lonely old farm where everyone is sleeping, all but one. The TomTen is awake. He lives in a corner of the hayloft and comes out at night when human beings are asleep. He is an old TomTen who has seen the snow of many hundreds of winters. No one knows when he came to the farm. No one has ever seen him, but they know he is there. Sometimes when they wake up, they see prints of his feet in the snow, but no one has seen the TomTen. On small, silent feet, the TomTen moves about in the moonlight. He peeps into cowshed and stable, storehouse and toolshed. He goes between the buildings, making tracks in the snow. The TomTen goes first into the cowshed. The cows are dreaming that summer is here, and they are grazing in the fields. The TomTen talks to them in TomTen language, a silent little language that cows can understand. Winters come and winters go. Summers come and summers go. Soon you can graze in the fields. The moon is shining into the stable. There stands Dobin, the old horse, thinking. Perhaps he remembers a clover field where he trotted around last summer. The TomTen talks to him in TomTen language, a silent little language a horse can understand. Winters come and winters go. Summers come and summers go. Soon you will be in your clover field. Now all the sheep and lambs are sleeping soundly, but they bleat softly when their friend the TomTen peeks in at the door. He talks to them in TomTen language, a silent little language the sheep can understand. All my sheep, all my lambs, the night is cold, but your wool is warm and you have aspen leaves to eat. Then on small silent feet the TomTen goes to the chicken house, and the chickens cluck contentedly when he comes. He talks to them in TomTen language, a silent little language chickens can understand. Lay me an egg, my jolly chickens, and I will give you corn to eat. The dog kennel roof is white with snow, and inside is Caro. Every night he waits for the moment when the TomTen will come. The TomTen is his friend, and he talks to Caro in TomTen language, a silent little language a dog can understand. Caro, my friend, is it cold tonight? Are you cold in your kennel? I'll fetch more straw, and then you can sleep. The house where the people live is silent. They are sleeping through the winter night without knowing that the TomTen is there. Winters come and winters go. I have seen people large and small, but never have they seen me, thinks the TomTen. He tiptoes across to the children's cot and stands looking for a long time. If they would only wake up, and then I could talk to them in TomTen language, a silent little language children can understand, but children sleep all night. And away goes the TomTen on his little feet. In the morning, the children see his tracks, a line of tiny footprints in the snow. Then the TomTen goes back to his cozy little corner in the hayloft. There in the hay, the cat is waiting for him, for she wants milk. The TomTen talks to the cat in TomTen language, a silent little language a cat can understand. Of course you may stay with me, and of course I will give you milk, says the TomTen. Winter is long and dark and cold, and sometimes the TomTen dreams of summer. Winters come and winters go. Summers come and summers go. Soon the swallows will be here, thanks the TomTen. But the snow still lies deep around the old farm in the forest. The stars shine in the sky, and it is biting cold. On such a night, people creep into their small houses and bank the fire on the hearth. Here is a lonely old farm where everybody is asleep, all but one. Winters come, winters go. Summers come, year follows year, but as long as people live at the old farm in the forest, every night the TomTen will trip around between the houses on his small, silent feet.